So I wanted you to see what her initial reaction is to me coming into the pen. Not a real big deal. And of course, Shauna's right here, so that's going to help keep her here, in a sense. There she comes. There you go. This is not a big deal, hon. So all it took was one little pitch of the glove towards your backside, and let's see if I can get a halter on her. You won't be able to see it because she's standing over here, but so that wasn't a big deal. Actually, I ended up sliding her nose through the side here instead of where her nose should be in the halter. So it didn't really take long at all. Just a little bit of this, but she accepted my hand being over her nose and my other hand behind her other side, and asking her to, and I just focus on the end of her nose. I used to tip my head this way and I go, come on over here a little bit, and she was okay with it. Yeah, so we're going to work on hoof handling today. I did some yesterday and I did catch it on video, but the thing is, she wants to move her feet so much around when I go to handle her feet that I couldn't keep her in a good position of what I wanted you to see. And most of this, to get this right, that horse, you have to get the weight shift right on the horse. If you don't understand the weight shift of a horse and what it takes for a horse to be light while you're handling his feet, a lot of you people probably got problems keeping a farrier, or your farrier maybe gets sick and tired of working on a horse because he ends up sore by the time he's out of there. So I'll tell you a couple things that she does do. She'll, when I'm on her right side, she'll kind of weight this front foot. And the other thing, when I go to handle the back foot, she lets her belly come out like this. And so even if she cocks her right hind foot, her belly is down like this. So when you handle a horse's foot when they're like that, the farrier is going to end up like a crutch, because they'll sink down on them like that, and it is not comfortable at all. So the first thing I'm going to do here is check her sides, and I want to get her so she's soft, so at least I can move her around and she understands where I want her. And so right now I'm going to really work on this. When I drop that lead rope, I put you where I want you. So now I can just hold the tail end of it. And if she moves off, I'm going to reposition her. Drop my lead rope. That's where I want you. She's not used to me walking in on her so fast. There. But I want her to get used to that. And that's half the reason why she's so tense, is because, well, nobody's really ever done this with her, or whatever they have done with her, it was always a fiasco. So I'll check her weight shift. See, she's tight in the shoulder here. I'm going to bump her fetlock with my boot and tell her, don't weight that foot. So we're going to really work on, you stand where I put you. A lot of people will, oh, I just tie the horse up. Well, you tie this horse up, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So now, no, she's bracing. All I have to do is make a motion and look down at her fetlock, pick my foot off the ground a little bit, and she already shifted her weight. I'm gonna tell her, don't weight this foot. Of course, she's gonna move, and that's okay. This is all part of it. There. So she's bracing. That's good. But I'm going to straighten her because I want you to be able to see. And all this correcting is just good for her. If you don't correct, you don't fix. So you kind of watch this. She is getting a little bit there. So that's better. She squared herself off better. She says, maybe it'd be better if I move my left front over here, which is what I want. That's good. No, yeah. So see, she'll take that weight off of that foot. There. That's what I want, honey. There you go. And I guess I named her right, because I call her honey all the time. There. So when I go to, I'm going to move her a little bit so that you can see what her body position is like when I go to handle the hind foot. So you should be able to see this. She's got her right hind cocked, but her belly is over here. So I'm gonna ask her, get your spine straight, and she'll have to readjust this foot here, but that's kind of her habit. She's gonna want to step back here with her right front. She's gonna want to step back. She's already stepped back, kind of in preparation of what she's going to do. She'll step back and move off. So she's relaxed, but she's still got this foot back. And I want her to, I'm not going to make her square. I want her to learn what she has to do on her own. So I'm going to move her again because you can't see down this side. And if you can't see down this side, nothing good is going to happen for you. There. So again, see, her rib cage is bowed to me, which is never any good. I'm going to work on the center here. And, good girl. But see, this is her habit. So you either fix bad habits or you don't. And a lot of people say, well, why don't you square her up? No, they're smart enough to know how to pick up their feet without squaring them up. So she's pretty good there. But there she goes stepping backwards. I want her to think backwards, but I don't want her stepping backwards. big difference between thinking backwards and stepping backwards. Because actually, when the horse picks up its hind leg and you lift it backwards, well, the horse is that's actually going backwards for a horse. So as long as she thinks backwards, plants her weight on her left hind and her two fronts nice and square, there won't be a problem. But I know from yesterday that so I put my hip into her belly, put a little pressure on it and say shift your weight, there you go. But see, there's that belly. So I'll slap her with my hand, and I usually refer to that as biting, because I can tell you something, I want the same respect that she'll give my mare. And she is not gonna get next to my mare and get all bracy like that, because she will sink her teeth right into this horse. And I could feel it here. That's why I say when I go in, I let my hip and my side go into the back side of her belly, and when I pick her feet up, I can feel that weight coming down on me. So if I go and get in the farrier's position with that hoof, she's going to sink right down on me, which is why a lot of farriers end up sore. So I can see it's pretty good when they're paying attention to what you want. I look at the feet and I ask for a little bit of weight shift. Take a step over there, just so I'm square here. There. So I'll check here, yeah. So when you can get to the point where you can rock your horse a little bit, but as soon as I move the slightest little bit, she starts to tense up. She's just got to learn that just because I move doesn't mean I'm going to do anything to hurt you.